Hi, my name is Jacob Hellick and I identify as gay.
Okay, so I'm Logan and I identify as transgender.
My name is Dr. Joanna Murphy. I identify as a pansexual, non-binary, femme presenter.
Laura Calandria, and I identify as bisexual.
My name is Liz Ditzel. I identify as agender and queer or gay, depending on what's easier in the conversation. I use they, them, theirs pronouns.
So my name is Jimmy McNulloch. I am a gay male, I guess. Yeah.
So I am Sarah Borden. I identify as bisexual, pansexual, depending on the day.
So my name is Caitlin McElwee. I am a trans woman and a lesbian, so I'm a transman. And the main issue that I have that as a queer person that non-queer people wouldn't think of is I have to pee all the time.
So I honestly don't know where to begin. Just going to the bathroom. I have to be aware of my surroundings, make sure I'm even safe to be in the bathroom. Just because people who don't like the trans community and want to be aggressive towards the trans community, it's a threat to my safety. The Trump administration right now is trying to completely strip away the term transgender altogether, so my own identity is pretty much being taken away from me.
An issue that I have faced throughout my coming out and everything, with people that are personally close with me, I find it kind of hard to talk about either relationships or possible relationships that I am thinking about having or currently have, even with people that have known me throughout my entire life. It seems to be an uncomfortable conversation to have, and it's very, I feel like, not talked about as much, just because it's something that people just shove away and something that people will deal with later instead of now.
So I don't even know that my challenge is really a challenge at all. Like I told you, I think representation is really important. And since I am in a heterosexual relationship, I don't necessarily have to identify myself as being bisexual or not straight in any given situation. And so that gives me sort of pause in terms of wanting to represent the culture and the population, but not necessarily always being comfortable saying, hey, you just identified me as straight, but really that's not quite the way it is. So it's a challenge that's not necessarily really a challenge.
The pseudo obvious ones of sometimes it's a little bit nerve-wracking to hold hands with my partner in public, stuff like that. But honestly, it's in day-to-day, you don't realize how often people ask you about trivial things that are kind of personal, they see my engagement ring and they're like, oh, you're engaged, who's the lucky guy, things like that, making assumptions like that.
I think one of the main struggles is dating life, because a lot of people don't have to deal with whether or not is this safe, is this a comfortable person to date. And even if you're dating online, some people just be like, oh, she's bisexual, she will hook up with me and my girlfriend. It's just a little annoying sometimes.
The fact that I am a pansexual person who happens to be married to a cisgender male. So when I'm out in public, I experience essentially heteronormative privilege because people think that we both identify as straight. Levi does, my partner, I don't. So I have to think about the privileges that come with my actual relationship and kind of our presentation and just being out in the world. So I actually struggle with that, and I have to constantly come out as pansexual, and sometimes it feels like I'm trying to validate my own queerness, even within the LGBTQIA plus community.
Parties, for example, I've never hooked up with anyone at a party, but you hear it all the time, straight people making out on a fucking couch. I'm and I've never been able to experience that because it's just so hard to find someone. It really is.
My hormone replacement therapy medication is called spironolactone, and it keeps testosterone from interacting with my body, which allows estrogen to have more of an effect on my body than it would normally, since I have a lot of testosterone happens. Spironolactone makes you pee all the time, which means you also need to drink a lot of water. So I'm just going through 3, 4, 5 of these a day, maybe, and I'm peeing once an hour, if not more. So it's like, I just have less time now than I used to, because I have to keep getting up and going to the bathroom and then getting up and refilling my water bottle over and over. So it's not like a major social issue, oh no, I'm oppressed, but I'm oppressed by having to urinate all the time. So that's my main issue that queer people know about and non-queer people don't.